Good morning, everyone, from Busch Gardens Tampa and Phoenix Rising. We're going to take you guys behind the construction wall in a little bit and show you an up-close look at the construction of this new for 2024 B&M family invert. But first, we're going to have a presentation from the park. They're going to talk a little bit about the ride, some of the things that we can expect from it. I think we might finally get an animated POV because at this point, all we've seen is like this one graphic of the ride. So I'm excited to finally learn more about it and then get a close look at it. So let's go.
My name is Stuart Clark. I'm the president of Busch Gardens Tampa Bay and Adventure Island. Since November, our team of engineers have been hard at work on bringing that whole attraction to life and creating what we believe, well, we know, is the most anticipated family coaster of 2024. The best part about the entire attraction is the height requirement. So we talk all the time about creating a park that's great for the entire family, and we knew that in our portfolio of some of the best coasters in the entire world, we knew that we were still lacking that sort of entry level, right? And with Phoenix Rising, and with that height being only 42 inches to ride that ride, it's gonna be an amazing family attraction and the best first big kid coaster ride.
Here you can see some of the stats for Phoenix Rising. Height of 80 feet, 1,831 feet of track, top speed 44 miles per hour. Only one train, guys. 10 rows per train, so that'd be 20 passengers in total, and your height requirement is 42 inches. This is really cool to see. We have the test seat out for Phoenix Rising, so you can see what the restraint setup is going to be. Remember, this is the first B&M family invert in the Western Hemisphere, so we have never seen this restraint outside of China. This is really, really cool. Yeah, it looks very, very comfortable. Classic over-the-shoulder lap bar. No seatbelt. Should be really nice and freeing. So after talking to some of the team members a little bit more about Phoenix Rising, a little tidbit of information that kind of flew under the radar, the seats will have some swing to them. I'm not imagining it to be like a full-on aero suspended coaster, but it'll have a little bit of give to it. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool. That just makes this ride like way more interesting in my opinion. Beautiful overview here of the Phoenix Rising site. You can see the station building, what will be the entry plaza right here underneath this overbank like in the concept art. It is crazy how low to the ground this ride is.
We created 4 different Phoenixes for Busch Gardens. So we have a Fire Phoenix, which is the one you guys saw inside. Our Fire Phoenix is kind of coming from the desert realms. We also have an Ice Phoenix, which comes from the mountains and the glaciers. We have a Jungle Phoenix, which is the protector of the rainforests. And then we also have a Sea Phoenix from our one ocean that connects us all. And so you'll meet one of these 4 Phoenixes on every ride of Phoenix Rising. Inside the station, we have 4 of these massive windows. They're 8 feet tall and 8 feet wide each one. They're LED video walls. And so the story of the Phoenix that you're encountering is going to come to life for you inside of the station. So as you're queuing up in each of the rows to get on the ride, the video walls over here will be on the other side of the track. So you'll see that Phoenix coming into the station, you'll see it materialize, and then you'll board the ride. Once the ride is ready to go, there's a takeoff moment which you guys were able to preview inside. So the Phoenix will get up and fly around, but there'll be a transformation, and then the ride and the Phoenix will depart from the station together. It's going to be randomized, so you won't know which Phoenix you're going to encounter on the next ride. And there's also 4 audio tracks. So the Phoenix that you meet inside the station, there's a different audio that you'll hear on board each time. So you're going to want to come back and do the ride a couple times to see what each of those Phoenixes sound like in their essence. And then you'll make it back to the station, and hopefully you guys can't wait to do the ride again.
You can see a little bit of the station building and the queue over there. Something else they were talking about is you'll see lots of artifacts in the queue resembling like Asian culture, Egyptian culture, stuff like that. Everything to like tie this whole park together. This is the final turn going into the brake run. You can see it right over there. pretty cool to see these views. And actually, you're going to be able to get very similar views too once this opens, because this is going to be accessible pretty much right from the main site, like right when you're entering Pantopia. directly next to Falcon's Fury. Some interesting points that they brought up while we were just talking to them. Of course, this ride will have one train, but there's no seatbelt or anything, so operations should actually be pretty fast, which is definitely exciting. It's a 5-point harness. Like the other rides at Busch Gardens Tampa, there will be lockers. You're going to enter from under this overbank back here, and then you're going to exit through the painted camel. So there should be some nice views over here, and the majority of the queue is indoors, but there is an extended queue just right over here.
I think the biggest aspect for us of getting through some of the challenges was we knew in this particular area there was a lot of utilities for the main infrastructure of the park. So literally working around that has been the biggest thing. Some of the infrastructure here was from obviously AB days dating back to 1959. They literally ran through some of this stuff with the brewery and everything like that. So obviously we had a lot of those items documented, but there's always, let's say, finding some new things out there. So a lot of rerouting of existing utilities and different things like that, I would say would be the biggest challenges because, you know, being a year-round park, you know, if, you know, coming across something or, you know, damaging something on that aspect would have been a tremendous burden for the whole park.
This might be the lowest turn of the ride. You can see they had to dig a trench there for clearance. That's going to be a pretty cool sensation. This turn in particular is really fun. Look at this S-bend. That is just wild.
It's going to enhance a great ride. Like I said, you saw from the POV. But I think we're still about, you know, just a few weeks away. You guys know the process. I mean, obviously, you know, the electrical piece is the brains. You know, right now we're literally putting in the brains of the ride. So the electrical components, all the control components, getting all those items in.
The other thing they said they're doing is installing the chain for the lift hill. So not quite to that testing point yet. They estimate that it'll be probably a week until the train is actually on the tracks. And then, of course, a little bit longer before they actually start the testing phase. Well, that was pretty cool. You know, this is, in my opinion, one of the new for 2024 roller coasters that's kind of flying under the radar. But to me, there's a lot of intrigue behind it because I've never ridden a ride like this. Like, what does a B&M family invert feel? Right now, you can only experience one in China. So I think this is a big deal, especially because if this does well, we'll start seeing them really pop up. I mean, there's already rumors that Busch Gardens Williamsburg might be getting one. So I'm excited for it. It's B&M's take on a ride that we've seen similarly by Vekoma and like S&S and stuff. So it's going to have like its own unique flair. So it should be pretty cool. Here we go on Falcon's Fury, and you can see this front area right here is where we were just standing. Woo! Some additional views there of Phoenix Rising from the top of Falcon's Fury as well as the Sky Ride. Even with the up-close construction tour, I still think the Sky Ride in Falcon's Fury is the best place how you can see the progress on this attraction. But still, really, really cool opportunity. Thank you so much, Busch Gardens, for having us out. And of course, make sure to stay tuned for more construction updates here at Coaster Studios. We'll see you next time.